Hello and welcome to NinjaBill Reviews, and this is going to be a quick tutorial on something that just happened. So I started a project, I got a couple of these hammer strikes, and look how badly that is yellowed. Look at that, now it's a pea green color, and so is the other one. So I started disassembling this one, and you know, I've got him mostly disassembled. I'm starting to work on disassembling this part now, but look what happened. With one turn of the screw, boom, look at that, stripped right out. Now there is a few solutions to getting these out in case you are unaware, or it may even be a little intimidating to like new modders, customizers, but experienced ones. You know, I had to learn how to do this. And there's a couple of really easy methods, and then there's harder methods. I'm going to demonstrate one easy method here. All right, let's zoom back out. So normally what you could do is you take your Dremel or rotary tool, whatever, and you would, you know, drill out the screw, and you may possibly even have to rethread it. So as you can see, I've had to rethread some plastic before and still on there. So, you know, and rethread it. Now, this is the tool that I use to drill out screws. This is a titanium one, so it's mostly, you know, easier to drill through. Like, these are just simple aluminum, cheap aluminum screws they use. Literally one turn was all it took. I got the other one out successfully, easy enough, but this stripped out with literally a single turn, and it stripped out. No real force put on that at all. So now, when you're customizing, it's always handy to have some micro precision screwdrivers here, jewelry drivers or whatnot. And it's always nice to keep your, like, there's that screw right there on whatever project I'm working on. I usually keep it in a bag marked with the project so I know, and a map to where the screws go. But in this case, there's literally only two screws I got to worry about. So I got one there right now that I took out. And this is the driver I used to, and these are magnetic drivers, by the way. So a good set to have is magnetic drivers. It helps. This is standard Phillips head, or so not a standard head, flat head, but a standard Phillips. And literally one screw, whoop, just like that, stripped it. So, like I said, I'm not going to be showcasing the Dremel method, because I recently used this to work on lift ticket there. I had to whittle down some plastic, so you can see that's been used. I had to whittle down remove like material on that to help him, because he couldn't achieve alt mode, because this piece that you see right there, when it swings up and attaches into this red piece, right, it wouldn't go in. It wouldn't fit at all. So I couldn't get him into alt mode. And this tab still has some problems. I had to whittle down that tab a little bit so it would tab in correctly. So, or not this tab, but that tab right there. It would not fit into that slot correctly. But now, as you can see, he works fine. So, and all I did was, you know, remove material. But this method is, I'm going to show, let's get right onto it. So if you have a rubber band, I don't have any rubber bands, but there is another method. If you have a rubber band, you would place the rubber band over the tip of your driver, and then you would just, while holding it, you would go in and start to turn. And it should be enough, hopefully, to grab on to that screw, and you can feel it, you know, removing itself. If you don't have one of those, however, most houses have these. Get yourself a latex glove. Just simple, you know, work latex kitchen glove or whatnot. Then using that, I might as well just cut this. Hold on a minute. All right, so I just removed the finger of the glove. So, you know, but what you're going to do is basically the same method. Is you're going to use this. Now, ideally, you would stick a magnet on here, but since these are magnetized, I don't have to worry about it. And you will just stick that on there. and then try and remove the screw, and we're going to see if this works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we're going to see if it does on camera here. Nope, I'm not feeling any give. You'll know when it's working. You'll know it. You'll feel it. Like I said, this is one method. You can use rubber band too if you wish. Nope, I'm not feeling any give on it. Yeah, I'm not feeling any give on it. But like I said, this is one method you can use if you don't have access to rubber bands. This is one method. Let's. Oop. Oh, I felt give there. And it has moved a little bit. I did feel some give there. All right. Progress. Progress is good. Let's see if I can get this screw out. There, I felt a little more give there. Nope. I may have to just drill it out. I felt a little give, but not then. It just stalled out, and that can happen. That can happen. Let's see here. Let's try to get back into it. Now I'm gonna have to actually Dremel this out, and basically what I'll do is I'll have to drill it into this a little bit, drill it in a little bit, and then see if I can remove it that way. But sometimes it actually works. Sometimes this will actually is the easiest method. Sometimes it just straight removes the screw, or a rubber band. Yep, it's not. Darn. Okay, so maybe I am going to do this. Let's quickly remove that chuck here. There we go. I may have to change the head of this. Nope. All right. Tighten it up. There we go. Now, ideally, you would use a mini. Ideally, you would use a mini vise to hold this in there while you did this. But I don't have a mini vise here, so I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, my hand is steady enough to where I can just do this on camera. Alright, let's take a look what we got here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now let's try this method again. And I felt some give. you go. Just a little quick tip for me. I love these colors, but man, look at that. It's just... So, I had this one, and look at that pea green color. So I had this one, right, and I saw it turn color. So I bought me another one. And it wasn't until a show I did with Raziel, Input, TFA 1024, and Dennis that recently that I opened this during the show and looked, and it was already like this in packaging. I had kept it inside, in the packaging, inside a tote, out of light, out of the environment. So, you know, and look, it was like this when I removed it from packaging. So that's the color it should be right there. So, and as you can see, look at that, man. That's just horrible. Horrible. And it's supposed to be this color. Look at that. So, yeah, anyway. So, as you saw, I drilled that out, as you saw with the Dremel. So now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to use another micro driver, this, whoop, there's some buzz on there, this flathead. And what I'm going to do, using the same method, stick that in there like so, right? Get it nice and flat. And now I'm going to use this, because you can see there is some remnants of when it was, you know, there, and I am going to try to, oh yeah, that's giving. I can feel it. That's gripping nicely. Look at that. That's coming out fine. That's coming out fine. Let's try it without now. And there we go. Screw is out. Let's see if there was any damage done to the threads. Let's see here. Focus. There we go. No, it looks like the threads are fine. Now, I know you can't really tell here on camera, and I've got maxed out zoom 10 times here. Yeah, the threads look fine, so I think we're all good. And that is an easy way to remove screws. So I hope this was helpful.